After many people asking me about my hexacopter lighting system, I decided to make a video just showing how everything works. So basically, just got my transmitter.
Welcome to Free Sky Taranis.
I programmed it so that this potentiometer here will change the brightness of each color, and this switch here dictates which color I'm changing the brightness of. And so if I have it at say 50%, and then I move to the second one, it'll keep that 50% from the first color. So if I just put them back to 0, and I turn on my hexacopter, plug it in. So I've got the two front LEDs, two front ones always on at white, so I can to help with orientation. And so as you can see here where the lights are, it's always giving a bit of a random flash, which was not intended, but actually I think it's pretty cool. It'll just let me know that it's always on. So basically, so I've got it down at the bottom. It's either
telemetry lost,
either red, green, or blue.
Recovered.
But so if you watch as I change the brightness, the level of this, it should change the color of the LED. So that's 100%, and that's 0. So 50, 100. So then if I go and I flick this switch here, that should change the color, which I think is blue. So as I turn it, yep, it gets brighter. And put it back to 0, go back up again, and we should get green. Yeah. And so yeah, the cool part is I can put say green to 50%, or say green to 100%, and flick the switch, and it should keep that at 50%, at 100%, and the next color at the same brightness. So yep, so it's kind of hard to see, but that's aqua I guess color. And if I do it again, if I go down again and make the red one fully bright, it should give white, which is I guess just looks like it's gone brighter, but still. So you make all different colors, like say yellow. What else is there? I guess all different combinations. Okay, that's yellow again.
Low rates.
Just trying to figure out how to make purple. So that's what, red and blue. Yep, so that's purple now. And yeah, you can pretty much make any combination of colors in the spectrum. It's kind of hard to see with the camera, but you sort of get the idea. And so basically the driver, so that's a nice I guess pinkish sort of color. The driver is the way that I've got it working is I've got underneath, I just flip it around. Under the battery pack, I've got my Arduino system in here. Looks pretty complex, but it's not too bad. So basically the Arduino here, and that's getting a bunch of inputs from the so I'll plug that. That's getting a bunch of inputs from the transmitter. So the first 3 are the colors, and then the fourth one is like the state of the switch, so I know which color to change. And then down the bottom there's just a ground, so pretty much reference. So on the bottom, so this is just also a connector from the receiver. So I got the Arduino, that's getting the inputs from analog 0 to analog 3, analog 2, sorry, yeah, analog 3, and so that's getting a pulse with modulation value of, well, I think that is between 0 and 2000 microseconds. So on that Arduino, I've mapped that out to 0 to 255. So and because in terms of 256 bits, so 0 and 100% brightness for each LED. So then after that, I'm mapping them out to pins 8, 9, and 10, I think, and they've all gone through a 520 ohm resistor to a BC548. I think just normal bipolar junction transistor, and that's going to the terminal thing to all of the actual LEDs. And yeah, it's pretty much all it is. I got my my 12 volt regulator here, the bottom green thing. It's $3 off the internet, and then this is my 5 volt regulator for the Arduino, and this is the power supply cable, which comes directly from my main power supply, and that's pretty much it. So all of the LEDs go around the arms like that, which are nice, and as I said, the two front ones are red for are all white for orientation purposes. So just plug it back in. Figure it out.
Telemetry recovered.
So that's pretty much it, and I mean it's pretty fun to just play around with all the colours, make any colour I want, you know, and I can do it while I'm flying as well. So down to the transmitter. I've got all my inputs here, right out the throttle, and so down at the end. So I'm powering my receiver. My controller is through S bus, so I've got an extra 8 channels across here. So down the bottom, I've got one. I don't know if you can see it down here. That's for all of the control for the actual hexacopter, and then these 8 channels I can use them for
Telemetry lost. Telemetry recovered.
for just external things like the parachute and the LEDs. So anyway, so we've got the so I've got the red and the green and the blue, and they're all controlled by the right slider, which is this thing here. Let's change the brightness. And so as you can see, it's moving left and right, and here it's showing that the change, or the Y coordinate I guess, is always 0, and then once I get to the actual switch position, it changes it, and I can make it whatever value I want, which corresponds to the brightness, as you can see. So these are the settings.
Telemetry lost.
Pretty simple. So yeah, the switch.
Telemetry
so when this
recovered.
switch is up, all the way up, that means that we get to change the value of this. And then when it's not up, it just keeps that current position. And so I've got that for all of them. Yeah, all of them. And so this one here, SC, that's for, color, that's to choose which LED to change the brightness of. So as you can see, it's going from 100 to 0 to -100. And that's pretty much it. So in the mixer, I've just got channels 9, 10, and 11 for red, green, and blue. And I think that's it. That's pretty much it. That's all it is. The program, I'll get the program out. So it's on the Arduino program, obviously. So this is the program for the LEDs for the Arduino driver. Once it loads, I'll be able to show you. So I've got I got my PWM sources, analog 0, analog 1, analog 2, and that's supposed to be a 3. Don't know why that's a 2. My bad. And then so I've got my red, green, and blue pins, which go out to the transistors, and then I've got my PWM pins. So so I've just started the serial begin to display all of the information on the serial monitor when I was first making the program. But so you don't really need to worry about that. But then I've got PWM input 1 and 2 and 3, they're all inputs, and then the red, green, and blue pins are outputs, as I said, because they go to the transistors. So in the loop, I've dedicated PWM in 1 as the pulse width in from the PWM source one, and I made it high because it's high. And I've set to 20,000, and that's for all 3 of them. And then I'm printing all 3 of the values, so I could I could map out the minimum and maximum to the 0 and 255, which I've done here. And so the minimum and the value and the maximum were 980 and 2010. So I'll map those two values to 0 and 255. So when the Arduino receives 980, it's sending a 0 output, and when it's getting 2010, it's sending 255. And then so after we've mapped those pins, we're going to analog write them to the red, green, and blue LEDs, to the red, green, and blue pins, and then they go to the transistor through the base emitter junction, and then they obviously allow the current to go through the collector and emitter. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. If enough people are interested in building this or creating this this little system, I'd be more than happy to make an instructable on it. Probably just post a video explaining in depth on how everything works and what you got to do, because I think this video is more of a just explanation of how everything worked and you know, what I did. So yeah, if I get enough people asking me on how to build it, I'll probably post or make a thread on one of the forums, or I will make a video or post an instructable. But yeah, thanks for watching. You know, do all the usual crap that everyone else says. You know, like, subscribe, whatever you call it. And yeah, have a good day.